Military towns harbor secrets that were camouflaged by day and darkness by night. In one such town, Anna found herself trapped in the labyrinth of necessity. By day, the hum of military boots and the rustle of civilians marked life's regular rhythm. But by night, the regularities of the day gave way to the unpredictable oddities of the shadows. Anna's husband, a dedicated military man, was always tied up in the demands of duty. The two of them, along with their little bundle of joy, had become accustomed to this lifestyle, accepting its unique challenges. In this town, locals were either staunch military supporters or the kind of folk whispered about near the Bible Belt, the struggling, the unfortunate. Poverty didn't just walk the streets, it roamed them. It was a regular night, or so Anna thought. As the clock neared midnight, her realization hit like an unexpected cold breeze. They were out of baby formula. Her daughter's daycare demands for the next day weighed on her mind. The nearest Walmart beaconed, a mere drive down the road. Assuring her worried husband, she made her way, anticipating the familiar sight of drifters and wanderers frequenting the store. Upon entering, the store appeared no different than usual. The soft hum of fluorescent lights overhead mingled with the murmur of late-night conversations. The aisles, usually alive with activity, now stood silent, save for a few. Some fellow night owls darted around, hurriedly picking up last-minute essentials. Others, often lost in the haze of alcohol or drugs, lingered aimlessly, treating the Walmart like a refuge from the unforgiving night outside. Anna, driven by her mission, veered straight to the baby aisle. As she picked up the required formula, a cute little dress caught her eye. She paused, appreciating the intricacies of its design. Everything seemed perfectly normal until that piercing feeling of being watched washed over her. The safety of day was gone. The unpredictability of night had taken its place. What was lurking in the shadows? As Anna browsed the baby clothes, an inexplicable chill ran down her spine. She tried to shake off the unease, attributing it to the eerie silence of the night. But then, out of her peripheral vision, a figure loomed. Drawing her attention, she saw him, a man with disheveled long hair, exuding an aura of desolation. It wasn't just his appearance that was unsettling. It was the way he stared, unblinking, fixated, and almost predatory. Attempting to diffuse the situation, Anna uttered a nervous laugh, pointing to the baby clothes. "These are so cute, huh?" But her words dissipated into the cold air, met only by his disconcerting smirk and unwavering gaze. His stance was off too. His one hand rested nonchalantly on his crotch, while his intent eyes remained locked onto Anna. Feeling the distance between them close to a mere 6 feet, her pulse quickened. A voice inside her screamed that this wasn't just another late-night shopper, this was a threat. Wanting nothing more than to escape the overwhelming presence of the stranger, Anna murmured something about wishing him a good night and began to retreat. But in her haste and rising panic, she found herself moving deeper into the store. Seeking any form of distraction, she grabbed a 12-pack of Coke Zero. But as she maneuvered towards the checkout, her worst fear materialized. The sound of shuffling feet echoed her steps. A glance back confirmed her suspicion. The man was tailing her, maintaining pace with her increasing speed. Reaching the checkout, Anna hoped the presence of others would deter him. But as she queued up in the 10 items or less line, he slithered behind her. The proximity brought a wave of stench, a mix of body odor and stale beer. His intrusion invaded her senses, but it wasn't just that. When he reached out, grazing her butt, her patience snapped. Turning sharply, she admonished him. Yet, the horror intensified. Before she could process the situation, his audacity rose to another level, pinching her hard. Anna's voice roared in indignation, drawing the attention of the frozen cashier and everyone nearby. The man, now exposed and embarrassed, shot her a menacing glare that promised retaliation. But what was his game? What did he want? Outside, the world seemed to blur into a mix of dark shadows and neon glares. As Anna's heart raced in tandem with her feet, the predatory shuffle of the man's footsteps echoed in her ears. A quick glance back confirmed her worst fears. The grimy, smirking face, contorted now in a grotesque blend of rage and excitement, was closing in. With her car just 2 lanes away, Anna's mind raced, formulating a plan. The weight of the 12-pack of Coke Zero became a potential weapon in her grip. If it came to it, she'd swing, she'd fight. But she had to reach her car first. The parking lot was a maze of shadows and potential hiding spots. As the cold wind whipped her face, Anna's keys became her lifeline. The familiar beep of the car unlocking was drowned out by the man's grunting and panting, now dangerously close. The race against time felt surreal, each moment stretching into an eternity. With adrenaline coursing through her veins, Anna flung the door open, the bag of soda serving as a momentary shield. Barely giving herself a moment to close the door, she frantically turned the ignition, just as the man lunged, colliding with the car's hood. His enraged scream melded with the roar of the engine. Without a second thought, Anna floored the accelerator, feeling the sickening thud as he was thrown off her car. The world outside became a whirl of lights and colors as she sped away, far from the nightmare she'd just escaped. When the safety of home embraced her, the weight of the ordeal pressed down, the what-ifs tormenting her mind. The sanctity of her personal space had been violated, turning an ordinary shopping trip into a harrowing chase. And yet, amidst the fear and trauma, a spark of defiance ignited within Anna. The resolve to never be a victim, to always stand her ground, had been fortified that night.